I just want to have greatness. I never want to have setbacks. Well, you're never going to have greatness because you won't know how to identify it, because it's just going to be this blurred vision of mediocre achievements. You have to push the barrier, and it comes with preparation. All right, let's go. This is the Live 100 podcast. I'm Yarusi. Today, let's talk about preparation. So if you look at your life and you look at where you stand today in all forms, whether you're happy, you're disgusted with where you are, you're just modestly content, you're okay, willing to have more, but okay not to have less, it's all been prepared for. Life is about a form of preparation. Whether you like it or not, you've prepared in some fashion to be at where you are today. And the question that remains is, how are you preparing for what comes tomorrow? When we look at the evolution of life, right, there's so many sides of it. There are the pluses, the minuses. There's just everything that happens in accordance with what you have. Yet we constantly want to be in denial for how we got there, and how what we have has been a direct relationship to the preparation and action that we've taken over the course of our life. You know, I look back and it's never a linear path to where you want to go. It's never a direct path to get exactly what you want. Yet you can form patterns, right? You can form patterns to say, okay, I was really upset. I was disgusted with what I was. I was just disappointed about how the outcomes had come to fruition. Yet when I look at the patterns of what I was doing, it was reckless, it was irrational, it wasn't in any way constrained by just poor emotions. It was me doing things that were just bad in actions, bad in habits, and I was getting lackluster results. In the moment, right, it's so hard to look at yourself and say, you are the reason that you're getting these results. You are in a direct relationship, right, with why you're getting the results. And you can think about this for what it is, that you have to say to yourself, well, the one thing that's the common denominator to all your problems or all your successes or all your disappointments is you. You are directly related to all these parts. You have the tie. You are the octopus. You are the one with all the arms. You are the ones who is directly in all of the parts of your story. So when you turn it around and say, I can be responsible by doing certain things, you start to form a preparation that starts positioning yourself for greatness. Your life is meant to have successes. But to get those successes, you have to know failures. You have to know setbacks. You have to know disappointments. You can't modestly, in your mind, understand how it feels to be grateful, to be just on top of the world if you haven't sunken down and hit bottom. It's one of those things in life where you look at your life and you say, you know what? I just want to have greatness. I never want to have setbacks. Well, you're never going to have greatness because you won't know how to identify it, because it's just going to be this blurred vision of mediocre achievements. You have to push the barrier, and it comes with preparation. You know, we all want to just show up in the moment and just have things work out because we just feel like we're entitled to it. Yet, in fact, the things that you get is because you prepare. It's because you put in the work. I can do a better job, and so can you, and so can pretty much everybody we know. We form this part in our journey of just how we get ready for things. And yet we're surprised by what comes from the actual test. You know, I remember back to like my school days, being in elementary and middle school and other points, and I did great in school from an academic perspective, but I always waited to the last second and just did enough to get the grade that made the achievement. Yet it didn't set up success, right? You didn't have this part where it created a rhythm, but it was just how I did it. And maybe I just wasn't interested in the subjects, or it just wasn't for me, or just it wasn't the path I was on. I was always looking for the easiest route, but it didn't form a pattern that prepared me for what was. And if you think about that and you look at what you're doing today, you have to look at your preparation. If you're not excited about the business you're doing, or the journey you're on, or the job you're at, or the relationship you have, or just anything, the body you have, if you're not excited, well, how have you been preparing? And the result is where you are. What does the preparation look like? What has it looked like that's gotten to where you want to be today? So look forth upon your journey and say, if I started this journey right now, what should my preparation look like? How mentally should I show up? Because the mind starts to form the track of your actions. Can I stop just being reluctant? Can I stop just waiting for that perfect moment? Can I stop doubting myself at every turn? Can I stop pushing myself backwards at all the moments when I really just need to step up to the test? Look upon your life today and ask yourself, if you want more, can you put in the work? Can you do that right now? Can you put your head down and prepare yourself for what is due you? And that's a great life. Live 100 is about being real with yourself, looking at your shortfalls, understanding your shortcomings, and knowing that that was your past and it's a path for you to build into your future. And if you want to ask yourself, how can I start this journey? Go over to jasonyarusi.com. There's a free assessment there. You can get a free ebook about breaking free of your bad habits. It's for you to take on your life, eyes open, and understand your opportunity to achieve greatness doesn't have to wait for tomorrow. It's waiting for you right now. All right, that's what I have for today. This is the Live 100 Podcast. I'm Jason Yarusi. Let's do this.